Welcome back to Wood Acres. Today's going to be a big planting day. We're going to be planting potatoes, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, giant pumpkins, and something a little bit different, pink oyster mushrooms. Nailed that intro one take, and we're getting a beautiful day here today, sunny and 75. Might need to do some mowing this evening, but I'm planning on doing some planting today. We're going to get the potatoes in the ground. We have some giant pumpkins I want to get planted down in the patch, and I also want to get some seed sown for some decoration pumpkins. In my area of Pennsylvania in Zone 6A, it's a good time to start decoration pumpkins by seed on June 1st. And today is June 1st, so we're going to try and get that done with everything else. And there's also one other thing I want to get planted. Now, I have a friend that went to some culinary mushroom event, and they gave out all the used mycelium at the end, and he gave me a couple clumps of it. And I still have it in my truck here. You can still see some of the pink oyster mushrooms coming off of it. Just beautiful. This mycelium's starting to dry out here, but we're going to get it busted up and spread out through a bed of wood chips. And hopefully we can get that pink oyster mushroom mycelium to colonate all those wood chips, and then whenever the weather's right, we might be able to get our own pink oyster mushrooms to grow. Pop, we're not going anywhere right now. I want to start with the potatoes here first. And the potatoes are going to be going all the way into the south garden behind Goat Mountain. I need some open dirt to plant these potatoes in, and we have a pile of topsoil back there that has not been taken over by weeds yet, so I think the perfect thing to do is to get something planted in there myself. So today we're going to be creating Potato Hill behind Goat Mountain. I have 3 bags of seed potatoes that we're going to be planting out there, but I also have some sweet potato starts in the greenhouse that I really want to try and get planted out there as well. And I think there's enough space for everything, so we're just going to call it Potato Hill and get it completely planted. Now, unfortunately, it is way out there, so I don't think I'm going to be able to water that very well. Or at all. We're just going to have to hope we get enough rain this year. Maverick, what do you have in your mouth? You pup. You got another chipmunk, huh? You stole the one Echo got. That is what you're here for. You got to take care of all those little critters because they cause damage to everything else and steal the little bird eggs. I see the dogs chasing rodents just the same as I see chickens chasing bugs or the ducks chasing frogs. That is in their nature, and they really enjoy it, just like the birds do. And the chipmunks especially are able to get into the house and cause some damage. Holy geyser. Gorgeous. And we don't have a lot of squirrels. We have some red squirrels around here. I haven't really seen a gray squirrel in years. Pups, ready to do some planting? I guess we can tell them about this new thing too. Now, this isn't really mine, but my parents ended up getting a golf cart here because whenever they go on vacation, sometimes they need it. And it's a brand new 2003 gas-powered club car. Echo Pup already got the seat dirty riding around in it. Pup, you like it, don't you? Now, I do live here with my parents, and they're not always on vacation, so I am going to be able to use the golf cart around the gardens in the homestead. And I think it might actually come in handy today, taking everything out to the back of Mumble's pond. Yeah. Mav, this is definitely going to help. Pop, thanks for finding a toy for Maverick to play with. Good boy. You got to take care of your cousin. Keep him occupied. Alright, let's get everything together. Now, the seed potatoes I picked up was a 4-pound bag of Yukon Gold and then 2 4-pound bags of Silver Russet. We do make our own French fries, and my mom says the russets work the best in the air fryer. Pop. Alright, Pup, load up. Oh, watch your noggin there. Watch your noggin there. There you go. You're going to have to make room for me, though, Pup. Yep, beep, beep, scoot, scoot. Coming in. I think we can leave this here. And Maverick isn't much for riding, so he can just run beside. We don't really have that far to go for a dog. But Echo Pup won't leave my side, so he's definitely going to have to ride along. Pup. Now, I don't want to get fat, so we're probably not going to use this all the time, but it's definitely going to come in handy when we have to take stuff out to the back side of the property. And you stay close, Mav. Follow along. I think we have everything. Oh, we got to put it in gear. And we're off, Pop. Good boy. Mom balls. You don't have to be afraid of it. Watch the bump, pup. Hey, birds. Mav. We made it. Look at all that open dirt. Oh, Mav, good boy, good boy. We made it, pup. All right, now you can see the topsoil pile that we have back here. All this came off when we were digging Mumble's pond. And this is the good topsoil. It doesn't have a lot of sod in it, so it's not very clumpy. All the first stuff that we took off with the sod in it is over there in the pine tree pile. This is all pretty good topsoil. It's not sifted topsoil. It still has some clumps in it, but it's a little bit better. And we still do have a little bit more over there in the food forest as well. A little bit of both. Oh, my Pap's peony's blooming. Gorgeous. Pap, we got some shade here, bud. But this whole side of the hill is facing the evening sun, so I think it's going to be a good spot to put the potatoes. And we also have this whole side here, so maybe we can get the sweet potatoes on this side. And then if we still need some topsoil to take, we can always take it from this end. But I think to make the pine green, we're going to be just using that sod topsoil, and we'll try and level it out the best we can. I don't really have a direct plan for this pile yet, besides growing potatoes on it. Pup. And I did check the sweet potatoes in the greenhouse. They're not quite ready yet. I actually forgot to put them in some water to try and get them to root out individual slips. And I think I need to do that before we can get them planted. And the sweet potatoes do like warmer weather, and the nights here have been pretty cold, down into the 40s, so I think it won't hurt them too bad to give them a little bit more time, and then once they root out, it'll be a little bit warmer. So we're gonna hold off on the sweet potatoes today, but we do have 12 pounds of seed potatoes we can get planted, 4 Yukon Gold and 8 Silver Russet. And like I said, we're gonna have to hope it rains, because unless I hand water out here, we're just too far away from any water source. I guess we do have the golf cart now, so we could probably bring a couple buckets out with it. And maybe I will do that to get them started, because we're supposed to be dry for the next week as well, and I want to try and get these going now. I brought a little scoop out here. I think this is all we're going to need to get these planted. I'll probably bury them just about as deep as the scoop is, which is probably 6 inches. Oh, Mav, stay close. We don't have all the fencing up yet. Oh, and is that a golf ball? Oh, look at that. Puppy, I found one of your golf balls you left out here, bud. Go. Yeah, we have another golf green up here. This is going to be the oak green, but we don't have to do any work for it. We pretty much already have it as is. So with the pine green and the pond green, we'll have 3 golf targets out here, plus Goose Egg Island. That's kind of a side project of mine. Pup, you enjoy some golf. But alright, let's plant some potatoes, because I have some other things I need to get planted today too. Let's start with the Yukon Gold. Oh, they're trying to grow already. We're a little bit late for potatoes this year. Mav, don't be a problem. Oh. Nice. That was either a really good idea or a really bad idea. Mav, get off the hill. We don't need you up there anymore. Good boy. Now the first section we got planted was the Yukon Gold, and then we did the middle and the left side with the russet. That was all of them, and as you could tell from them, they already had some pretty good sprouts. So I'm hoping we still have enough energy in those potatoes to get them to grow out here now that they're in the ground. And I don't usually cut my potatoes in half, and especially with these ones already having sprouts on them, I didn't want to try and cut them in half to get them to multiply, because I'm just hoping they still have enough energy in the potato itself. I don't think we could split it in two. But all right, pup, the potatoes are in now. It's up to Mother Nature. Now we're gonna grab the pumpkins and I'll meet you down in the vegetable garden. Pup, load up. There you go. You figuring it out? You coming, Mav? You coming or you staying? You can ride on the floor, I guess. Get in, Mav. Get in. I don't want to pick you up. If you want to ride, you got to get in yourself. You can run beside us, bud. Come on. Good. Don't bite anything. Back up. You pup. Hey, birds. Huh, pup. You like riding? Yeah, I know you do. Hey, ducks. You're gonna have to get used to it. Can't be afraid of the cart, ducks. Come, pup. Making a right, Mav. Check the turn signals. Hang on tight, pup. Coming in hot. Come, pup. Load up. Maverick! We're here, pup. Where'd we lose your cousin? Maverick! Oh, look at all the volunteer sunflowers. Gorgeous. All right, we have the pumpkins that I'm planning on planting today in the back of the cart here. This was the backup giant. This is the same one we have in the patch, although it didn't get planted in the ground at the same time, so you can see the massive difference. We'll go over there and check on that one too. And I also got some extra starts off of my other friend that's grown some giant pumpkins. So we're gonna try and get these in the ground too, and they're gonna have a bit different genetics, so hopefully they do well. Mav, what are you doing, bud? Stay close. But as you can see here, we are sitting on the brand new expanded pumpkin patch that me and my dad put in last year. Mav, we got some extra topsoil from the pond dig spread over here and leveled out. We also expanded the squash mound here, made the top a little bit more flatter, and added a bunch of good topsoil and compost. And I have been trying to keep the thistle off of it until we can get it planted here. But now that I have more staples, I'm gonna try and get this plastic up and in place. And then we can plant inside the holes that I burned in there last year, and hopefully we can keep some of the weeds down. But I wanna plant them up on the top of the mound here. Now that it's flatter, it's gonna collect a lot more water and hold more moisture. And then the vines are gonna climb down the mound and out to that area where we have it nice and covered up, and hopefully it won't get taken over by weeds. Pop. But I should be able to get this fabric in place now that we have some more 6-inch staples. And we have 5 giant pumpkins to get planted, so hopefully we can get one to grow big. Maverick, stay here. Nope, stay here. Now I'm going to grab some staples and a mallet to get this fabric in place, and in the meantime I'm going to throw you back and get you caught up with the fence we tore out here in the vegetable garden. It finally got dry enough we could bring the backhoe down. Hump up. All right, we got 4 giant pumpkins planted on the squash mound, and I think we have enough space between the maple and the oak to plant this 5th one. I don't know how this one's gonna go. It actually needs water before I even get it out of there. So I'm gonna water this one and the 4 we just planted, and then I need to grab the shovel because this is gonna be a bigger hole I need to dig. Pops. It's coming together. Nope, nope, don't touch it. We just spooked the snake out. Mav, did it get away? Oh, get out of here, Mav! Go! No! Let him go. Good. No, no, come here. Maverick! Get over here. Leave it alone, Pops. Come here. Back over here. I don't need you bothering the snakes. They're beneficial. Just trying to get this last piece of fabric here tightened up before we get the last pumpkin planted. And Echo Pup sniffed a snake out underneath the fabric there. You pups, leave it go. They're not on the target list. Come on, Pop. Come on, Pops. I did put a little bit of fertilizer in here, help him get started. Don't touch it. All right, we're getting back down to the vegetable garden here. My brother stopped and picked up Maverick, and then my other brother stopped, and everybody was talking. But I got the shovel here, and we're still gonna try and get this last pumpkin in the ground. It's already dinner time though, but we'll get this last one in. I got it all watered up and ready. I don't know if I can pick this up without it crumbling. We're gonna have to risk it. Maybe I can use this. The bottom's falling out. We're gonna go quick. Okay. All right, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, it's the next day, and where we left off was getting the giant pumpkins planted in the squash mound over here. We have 5 backup giant pumpkins planted, and I did put some bottles over them to protect them overnight. Just a regular jug here, and I already took them off so they didn't start cooking today. We did a good watering yesterday, so I'm hoping they're going to be good till tomorrow. But we have 5 backup giant pumpkins planted here on the squash mound, so hopefully we can get some big pumpkins this year. But like I said, we also want some smaller decorative pumpkins, so I'm going to be starting some pumpkin seeds here as well. And we still have some space on the squash mound to get some planted in here. So I did water some of these open holes that we have to try and get it an easier planting spot. And we're going to bury some seeds. I have some field pumpkin seeds that we're going to be planting and some big field pumpkin seeds. These ones can get over 80 pounds. And some sunflower seeds we can throw around. Now I'm going to poke a few holes here. We're going to put a few seeds in the hole because I don't think we can just trust one to germinate. There's a chance these might get dug up. So we got to have 3 in there, and hopefully we can get at least 1 plant. Beautiful. We'll put 2 seeds over here. I'll try and get some of these weeds out of here. Let the seeds get started. We have thistle everywhere, and it's prickly. But hopefully we can get some pumpkins started. I have 2 more seeds here. They're kind of loose in a pack. I'm not even sure what they are. I'm pretty sure they're pumpkins though, so we're gonna get these planted. I think they're another field pumpkin. So we'll get these planted on the squash mound. And then these are definitely field pumpkin. We still have some more space down here. Get 1 planted in this hole as well. These should be pretty good. I might only put 2 in here. We'll put 3. It can be hard to get things to germinate outside. If I was growing these in potting soil, I'd probably just do 2, but we'll have a better chance this way. Pop, find some shade. Can probably get 1 right here as well. Gotta have good contact with the soil and the seed. This is the last giant pumpkin we have planted, but we still have a little bit more space down the squash mound. So 1 here and 1 down here. Pop, you find some shade? Did you find your cousin? Oh, there he is. Oh. Well, looks like he found something too. Pop. And since we amended the squash mound last year, the soil up here is topsoil, so it's a lot easier to work with than the clay we had the years before. So we have a couple more seeds, and I'm just going to put them right here. We have a nice open spot we can let them grow out to. And what? Is there a big bird? Big bird. Yeah, no hunting zone, buddy. But just like that, we have some decoration pumpkins, hopefully for Halloween. All right. Maverick, you coming to help? Now, I'll probably put some sunflowers in the cut flower garden out here. We still have it covered with plastic, but we're gonna have to get that sown here soon. The herb garden is still looking kind of the same. We are getting some, I think that's what we sowed here. Did we get some lavender? Oh, this is grass here. I tried to sow some lavender. I don't know if that's lavender coming up, but we have a lot of grass in here. That's gonna be hard. I tried my best not to get roots out of the pile, but we definitely had some seeds, I'm sure. But herbs are fast growers. Hopefully they can take over. But now that we have the giant pumpkins planted and the decorative pumpkin seeds sown, we can go to the next one. Pop, the pink oyster mushrooms, and they're gonna be going over in the food forest. You going down, Pup? Good boy. You can go for a swim if you want to. Okay. Volunteer evergreen. This never happens. This never happens. That is amazing. I didn't even know this was in here. Kind of looks like a cedar. All right, pup. Maverick's gone home. What did he bring over here? Is that a carcass of something? That looks like an old carcass. All right, we don't need to worry about that, but we have a place here that we can plant some pink oyster mushrooms now. This was originally going to be a strawberry bed, and you can see we even have some strawberries still in here. I'm going to try and get these out and get them out into the sun, because they are not doing well underneath this maple tree. But even more awesome is this volunteer evergreen over here. Look at this. I think it might be a cedar. I don't think it's a blue spruce. It does kind of look blue here, but it's also prickly. Kind of looks like my eastern cedar over there. A lot like it. So I'm wondering if that one had a baby and it landed over here and it was just able to germinate in this little spot underneath the maple tree with some shade. That's the hard thing about the evergreens. They take a little bit longer for them to germinate, so you don't always get them popping up everywhere you can a deciduous tree. And it is inside the bed, so we're gonna move this out. Puppy, what are you doing? That's gonna stink. And we're also gonna move out the strawberries here too. I think we have 2 or 3. There's a couple here. This one I kind of cut off. And then we have one over here. Trying not to touch the poison ivy, which is everywhere. That's poison ivy right there. Leaves of 3, but it was also all through here while I was chopping it down. But I'm going to pull out these volunteers and save them, and then we have this open bed that's going to get some dappled sunlight that I think is going to be a great place to try and get these mushrooms to grow. And I have a big pile of wood chips right here that we're going to try and inoculate with the mycelium from the pink oyster mushrooms I got off a friend. Which we have over here. They are starting to dry up, so I think it's going to be easy for them to crumble. And we'll get them all spread through the wood chips, and then whenever we hydrate them, the mycelium should start to grow again. Look at them just sitting there. It'll be amazing if we can get this to happen again. But we have a couple blocks here, and I'm going to try and evenly spread it through the whole bed. But first, we got to get the bed ready. Hump pop. That'll do. Okay. Nice. And there we have it, a pink oyster mushroom bed. Right at the base of the maple here, it's going to get some dappled sunlight. Hopefully it won't dry out too much. I think the pink oyster mushroom likes it about 77 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer, and this is going to be an experiment. I've never tried to grow these mushrooms before, and this is not going to be a sterile environment. So with the limited knowledge I know about mushrooms, I just tried to make a quick bed here and try and re-inoculate this wood. And coming into the summer here, we're going to be nice and warm. We just got to try and keep it moist, and I think we'll be able to get another flush of mushrooms. And if you know more about mushrooms than I do, let me know what's going to happen in the comments down below. But we got the old strawberry bed cleaned out and repurposed, and I did go around and weed whack some of the food forest here. Still a lot more to do. But I'm going to get these strawberries planted down by the pond, I think. And I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put that evergreen. Maybe in the side garden. Pop, what do you think? Is it dinner time? Alright, I'll try and leave a little video here where I end up putting this, but it's dinner time right now. So I'm going to gather everything up and get everything put away, and it's going to be a little bit easier now here with projects with the golf cart. We're not going to be using it all the time, but it'll definitely come in handy. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. If you want to keep following along with everything we're planting here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Good boy.
Load up, pup.